G'day, welcome back. I'd especially like to welcome my new subscribers, and I hope you enjoy the content on my channel. If you missed the last episode, the little 10 Segredie sculpture, there's a link up there now. Go and watch that first, then come back and watch this one. Now, I did say I didn't think I'd get a video out because I had lots of things to do that I didn't think were worth recording. But I just decided that I'm going to do the storage cupboard first, and I'll show you in a minute why. And it's a problem that I think just about everybody has at some stage that has a workshop or a man cave or whatever. Shit just piles up everywhere and then you just run out of place to put it. So give me a minute and I'll set this camera up on a tripod so I can pan around here and I'll show you some of the things that just what I'm putting up with at the moment. First one's over there in the corner where I'm going to build a cupboard. Alrighty, so as you can see, that corner there is just full of crap at the moment, and the crap just keeps growing. Normally doesn't look quite that bad because I pulled half it out of there yesterday so I could get in and work out what I want to do over there. Hang on a sec, I'll pan this camera around a bit. Now as you can see, this bench just covered in shit, right? And it's cleaned up, believe it or not. And down there underneath the bench, it's just chock-a-block. It's just, you know, it's where I'm keeping a lot of my offcuts of the steel and aluminium and brass and everything else. Some of my power tools are just, you know, chucked under there. The old mill table sitting on top of it there. The new steady rest is sitting on there. You know, there's just no room for anything. And back down underneath here, you may have noticed it, is where I store the compressor, but it's pretty bloody noisy down there, so I want to try and either enclose that area where it's sitting now, or move it back across underneath where I'm going to build a new cupboard. The bench behind me is covered in crap as well. So, you know, none of this stuff existed 2 years ago when I started this channel, or when I decided to build my first bench. And all the other cupboards I've built, and I just keep building more and more, they're just all full as well. So I'll move this camera again and I'll show you what I'm faced with to build a cupboard over in this corner. Alrighty, so when I had this area enclosed a year or so ago, when the guy was rendering this wall here, I could see that it had a big whoop in it, and I said to him, get rid of that. You know, I want to build some cupboards and stuff down along here. And he just nodded his head at me and never did anything about it. That is now pushed hard up against the wall on this side of the post. There's a steel post in there, and it's touching the steel post, and over that end over there, it's more than an inch away from the wall. Just rubbish, absolute rubbish. And the problem I've got is when I built the doors for enclosing this area, and that's that MDF laying on the wall against the wall there, I bought way too much of it, so I'm going to use that 3/4 thick or 19mm MDF. And I've bought some 2x1 bits of dressed pine, and I'm going to build a frame in here. But the problem is that those sheets down there are 615mm wide. This original bench I built just here is 600 wide, so that's not an issue. But by the time it gets over that corner over there, it won't touch the wall anymore. So I'll build a frame for in here. I will sit a piece of timber on top of it, keep it all in line with this bench, then cut a small filler piece to fill in the back over there, and then join the two bits together. And then I will build a normal squared up cupboard to sit on top of that, going up about a metre or so high, and fill it full of shelves. Over here where it meets, this point here is where it'll come to the wall if I follow the edge of the bench down. That leaves in here, this is our outer square, or this fence runs at an angle. It will leave a gap here, 200mm wide, which is about 8 inches, to go back to the corner if I build a square cupboard in here. So I kept thinking, should I try and, you know, build the shelves to fit into this space? And then I thought, no, I've got all this garbage like this foam and things like that. So it's just clutter that I'll be able to stand up in that gap and just use it to store rubbish like that, and bits of, you know, I've got cardboard, black cardboard and white cardboard and things like that I use as backgrounds to make my thumbnails with. So that'll give me an area to store all that sort of stuff in an upright sort of position back in behind there, kind of out of sight, out of mind. But anyway, so enough talking, I'll get on with this. I'll try not to make this video too long. I'll just show you basically step by step, well, as I go, not every part of it, but each bit as I sort of get to a different point. Alrighty, so I've got that corner all framed up. It's not fully fixed in there yet because I'm going to have to pull it all back out now and undercoat all the bits that go up against the wall and everywhere, because termites here are a real issue. In fact, I've got some termite treatment here, timber, so I might even paint the back sides with that rather than some primer. Anyway, I'll get on with that. Alrighty, so that's all primed and screwed and glued and whatever I had to do with it. And I've cut a piece to fit in there. worked out, I don't know why, but it worked out I don't really need the filler all on the back. So I'll get this all undercoated and screw it all down, and I don't know I'll get much more done today. Although the sun's out at the moment, but just while I was cutting this up it started to rain and then it stopped again. So MDF and rain, not good bedfellows. But anyway, get on with it. Alrighty, so that's that bit done. I don't know how much of that you can see through me, but so that's that all screwed down. I've undercoated the bottom side and all the edges, and I'll give it a liberal dose and no more gaps around the edges before I paint the top of it. And tomorrow I'll get in and cut up these other panels to make the cupboard out of. I didn't buy enough timber and then I'll open tomorrow, so tomorrow's Sunday. I need some more of this, maybe something a little thinner and a little bit less wide probably, to make some carriers for the shelves. So I don't really want to just go straight into the MDF with a screw. Anyway, I can hear a beer with my name on it calling me. I don't normally drink on weekends, but it's been really hot today and I think I'm going to have one. So that's that for today. Alrighty, so this one was a little bit easy to deal with because I worked with steel posts, but even that's not straight up and down. That's 6mm difference between the bottom and the top. Unbelievable. But that gap in that other one, that's what no more gaps is made for. This is what I had to deal with when I built the cupboard beside the front door as well. Decided I'm not going to put a back on this cupboard, I'll just use the walls back and I'll fix it to the post. And all of the shelf braces, I'll screw them to the wall as well. But anyway, God, it's hot here today, sweating profusely. Well, I don't mind telling you that took a hell of a lot of effort to get that up in there by myself, because there's no one else home to help me. And didn't have the top and the bottom boards in it, only that piece of timber across the centre and the back, holding the two halves together. But it's up in there now, and the top and bottom sections are screwed in. So once I've got it all positioned exactly where I want it, I'll mark the wall, and then I'll spin it around, paint the back edge of it, or the back parts of it that go up against the wall, and then spin it back around, fit it to the wall, and then make some shelves up to I've scribed them in to fit the wall. We're getting there though. It's a lot of work, especially on your own. You've got no one to help you. Alrighty, shopping day today. I get bugger all done shopping days, but I managed to trim the front edges because I like to cover up the edges of MDF because it gets knocked around too much otherwise. Trimmed them up and then cleaned them up with a router bit, and managed to paint or unprime, undercoat everything I can't get at later. And tomorrow hopefully I'll get some shelves made up for it, get them fitted up, and with a bit of luck get some paint on the outside. I'm just going to paint it the same colour as the walls. Pretty sure I've got some of that left. I hope I have, because it's pretty expensive stuff for a gallon of it. And we're just about there. I've got a piece of the reclaimed timber from the kitchen that I want to use as a door. Unfortunately it won't cover, that's 1200 high, and the bit of timber I've got is only a metre high, so the top shelf will be open, but it doesn't matter. Alright, getting there. Well, I didn't get much done yesterday. At least I got all the shelves cut, got all this trimmed off up the top here, and I've got all of the strips of timber I need cut to finish that off there, and all of the trimming bits are all on the front here. I'll just sort of show you this. These are bullet head nails that I brought back from Australia. I tried to buy some here. I don't even know what they are. Bullet heads, what are they? And you kind of need them for trimming off things like this, you know. And the only thing you can buy here are little flathead nails. Anyway, that's life. If you wanted more, this didn't get painted here, I ran out of undercoat and I've had to go and buy some more. But hopefully today I shall get all of these trimmed off, all the shelves fitted in, and I'm going to fit them one at a time and then keep painting as I work my way up, because once I get up in there, can't get at it much, so I'll have to finish undercoating everything in there before I fit that last shelf. And I'm going to glue that shelf in because I can't get at it to screw it in. Maybe get one screw in here at the front on each, but that's about it. Anyway, so I'll get on with it. Well, once again I didn't get as much done as I would have liked yesterday. It was just stiflingly hot here yesterday, and the wife and daughter both dragged me away from this at times, so lost a good hour or more. And despite the fact that today is the last day of my 66th circumnavigation of the sun, I shall press on and hopefully get the damn thing finished, or at least everything bar the door. Still got a lot of painting and trimming and stuff to do yet, but I'll get there. Well, a much more productive day today. All the shelves are fitted, everything's trimmed off, everything's had 2 coats of paint, and the door is cut and fitted. Bit of termite damage to fixing the door, but outside of that, all it needs now is a door handle and some, I've got some little magnetic latches to fit to the door, and we're pretty much done. And then I'll leave it a couple of days for the paint to harden up a bit, and then I'll put a heap of shit in there, clean the benches up. At this point in the video, I'd like to thank my patrons for the continued support. It's greatly appreciated. If you'd like to become a patron, there's a link down in the description. You can sign up down there and toss me a couple of dollars every month. If you don't want to become a patron, there's always Buy Me a Coffee, and there's a QR code on the screen there. You can scan that, or there's always that thanks button down there. Alrighty, so it's had a couple of days for that paint to harden up a bit. You can see in here I've got all this crap stored in there now. Let's open this door up with a stick so I don't get my fat head in the way. And I've pulled a lot of the stuff off the bench and from under the bench, it's stored it all in there. Fitted up the magnetic latches, one here and one up there. I'll hold the door closed. And as you can see, I'll pan this camera around back to like where we started. This bench looks a whole lot more tidy now, and unfortunately I've run out of timber. It's only those 2 little bits you can see down there beside that blue rubbish bin left, so I haven't got enough really to enclose that damn compressor as much as I would like to. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make that. I mean, it's not my usual fare, but it's life, and sometimes you've got to do something different, and I really needed that. It's lucky you can't see the bench over on the mill side because it's still covered in crap. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I've spent 2 hours out here this morning just cleaning up that bench and moving everything into the cupboard. Anyway, if you did enjoy watching me do that, make sure you smash that like button and give it a great big thumbs up, because it kind of helps me out a bit. I want to thank everyone who watched the build for the spin indexer. I had actually been getting a little little depressed about the lack of views of my videos, but those three have just blown my average views out of the water, and I hope you watched that, and if you didn't, then go back and check it out. It's a pretty interesting build. Alrighty, so like I said before this video, I probably won't get one out next week. I've got a few things that I really need to do. I didn't replace the lead screw on the lathe when I did the lathe, and I've had one sitting here for a while and it's getting pretty crappy, needs doing. I also need to sort out the problem I'm having with the DRO on the Y-axis on the mill, and there's still a couple other little things need doing. So I'll see you in maybe 2 weeks, maybe next week, who knows. We'll just see how long it takes to fix all these other things. Once again, thanks for watching, and bye bye.